Matthew 16. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, ye say, It will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, It will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Jesus said unto them, Take heed, and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread. Which when Jesus perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye took up? How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. When Jesus came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremias, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, But whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. And double honors to the elders that's in the spirit, and you brothers out there fighting this battle, man, on the front lines, in this hidden spiritual war. It's a hidden war happening. And us brothers that's hidden away, we're at the front of it. Because all these clown-ass groups and these guys in these camps, they're not fighting a spiritual war. They're just getting clout and fame and giving you information on Joe Biden and these Edomites and E and all that bullshit. Hey, you examine these guys in these camps, man, all they do is sit downs on Esau. Now, when you examine Yahawashi, he didn't do no fucking sermons on Esau. So right there, truthfully, right there, you can see that a lot of guys are not of the Lord. And who gives a fuck what this devil's gonna do, man? Like your boy Dayton in Dallas, that camp leader guy, that guy, man, he's so worried about Esau, it's crazy. And I honestly believe a lot of these guys are set up by Esau so they can bring out Esau as much as possibly can to keep you in the flesh. Us brothers over here that's in the spirit, man, we're not worried about no fucking Esau, what he can do or what Joe Biden is and this, that, and the third, and what E's going to do and all this. You guys are a bunch of clowns, and all you guys are a bunch of false prophets, and you're not fighting a spiritual war. And the thing is, what you're doing to our people, well, to the 2/3, to the tares, you're getting them scared. You keeping them in a scared mind frame because y'all don't teach about Yahawashi. So this sit down, we're going to go into Yahawashi, Matthew chapter 16. I'm going to go through it, bring out a couple points, and basically fighting this spiritual war, keeping brothers in the spirit, keeping them aware of the things that happen in before time that we should use for our learning. So the same things that happened with the scribes and the Pharisees and the Sadducees back in the times with the Lord, the same things are happening right now, but you have to be in the spirit to see it. We're up against a bunch of these clowns. We're not only at war against we're at war with ourselves, more so after that our people. Esau is a goddamn clown. He's through. So all you guys doing these sit downs on Esau, you're not in the spirit of Yahawashi, because Yahawashi never really went to Esau. Now I understand we're gonna know who Esau is, and things are gonna come out on Esau, don't get me wrong. But the way guys are, they're like overbalanced with Esau. They're overbalanced. and for them doing sit downs on their people, like going into Jerusalem and cussing out our people and constantly getting on our people and how they are and what they're going off in. Nobody's doing that. And like I say, man, all these fucking camps are going off. All these camps are going off. They're in the flesh. The fucking the camp elders and heads and shit like that, they're all going off because the Lord never prayed for camp heads and camp elders and big great camps. The Lord sent the prophets out 2 and 2. So you see these big ass camps, they're going off. So with these camps, it's not even about the Lord because they're not even in the spirit of the Lord. They'd rather talk about Esau and E and all that bullshit, which E is not in the Bible. So guys are still constantly taken away from the scriptures. They're showing you how to be in the flesh, and they're not in the spirit of Yahawashi. So for you brothers that have an eye and that can actually see, you see these guys, man, they ain't shit, man. They're going off. They're a bunch of damn clowns. And I say that shit to every one of their ass in their face. And the thing about this thing is, the more you see this thing, the more you see that guys are not in the spirit of Yahawashi. They are in their own fucking spirit. Just like the scribes and the wicked Pharisees. They were in their own spirit. They were doing their own thing. The only thing what gets me upset is that they're taking the Bible and they're doing their own thing. Why don't you motherfuckers just do your own thing without the Bible? Why you got to bring the Bible into it? Because a bunch of you guys are using the Bible not for what the scriptures say, but for your own fucking game. Because a lot of you guys are not in the spirit of Yahawashi. But I'm going to go into Matthew 16 and tie it into today. And the thing about it is the same wicked motherfuckers that didn't like the Lord, they're here today. So you have the 144,000 that are of the Lord. And you got these clowns, man, they talk about the elect, right? And these guys are against the elect. They're against Yahawashi. They're not even teaching like Yahawashi. These guys are a bunch of fucking clowns, man. These guys are a bunch of clowns. These guys in these groups because they became famous. So they're not prophesying in the spirit. You can't be famous and have the Holy Spirit. That is a fucking oxymoron. And the scriptures would be a lie if it was so. So a lot of you guys, you're not in the spirit. That's why we don't respect you guys. And all you guys that sneak on our videos and you sneak on our channels, the catch to that is when you come over here and if you're not right in the mind and if you're a goddamn demon, you've set yourself up to be destroyed. The Most High is going to kill you. Because over here is where the spirit is. So if you sneak your ass over here and you're really not, oh my God, and you're really not in the spirit like that, the Most High is gonna light your ass up. All you guys, all you fucking guys, you're gonna fall through that motherfucking the ground's gonna open up like it did on Cora and Dayton. And that's why we're urging you guys that got some fucking sense to get away from these groups. Get away from these groups. If you understand the scriptures, you understand that the prophets, they moved alone, man. They didn't need no fucking big-ass group of musty motherfuckers breathing on them, all around them. You just need a few elite soldiers around you, and that's it. Because the Lord is not dealing with the multitude. Let me get into this, man. Matthew chapter 16, verse 1. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting and desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Right, these guys that's in the flesh, they need signs. Just like I seen a video talking about spiritual power. See, guys want some Dragon Ball Z, Cyclops, Superman type shit to happen. When a lot of these guys are not even in the spirit to see that certain men have spiritual power right now, and they can see through your goddamn souls, through you dark motherfucker soul. We can see you. We can see you. And he answered and said unto them, when is it evening? Ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sake is red. In the morning it shall be foul weather today. The sky is lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times. And we're the time that the Lord's elect are being raised up in this time against you false and you fake prophets to go right onto you straight ahead. The scriptures say that the righteous shall stir himself up against the hypocrites. What does that actually mean? That means that men that are in the righteous and the Holy Spirit are going to be cussing out you goddamn clowns till we get the fuck out of here, until you guys take the bait and you got something to say upon us. Because the Lord's going to bring you guys down. This is the time of your downfall right now. This is the time right now. Matthew 21. Going to Matthew 22, the wedding. We're spotting out the ones that don't belong in this wedding. And it's easy to see. You fucking guys that are in the flesh, that desire a sign. You need carnal spiritual power. Hey, let me tell you guys this too. Let me say this, man. You guys in the flesh and you don't even have the spirit right now. What makes you think you're gonna get spiritual power? You guys are a bunch of damn sorcerers, man. And if you're listening to sorcerers and false prophets, you think the Lord gonna give you, and if you're around false prophets, you think the Lord's gonna give you spiritual power? No, the fuck he's not. He's not gonna give you spiritual power. That is a fucking myth. That is a myth, man. And this is what the Lord said, Matthew 16:4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it. Right, you looking for a sign so you can believe who the man of the Lord is. Oh, now I believe because I see fire come out of your eyes. Oh, now I believe because I see you throwing fireballs like Ryu. I believe you now. Get the hell out of here, man. Hey, the scriptures say, blessed at him that seeth, that believeth, then seeth. The Lord's only dealing with the spiritual, man. And a bunch of you guys are a bunch of clowns, man. You're a bunch of goddamn clowns. And if you brothers can't get away from these clowns, you're gonna die with these clowns, man. You're gonna fucking die with these clowns. And the Lord is against them. The Lords are against these groups. They're against all these groups. They're against a lot of these elders and these priests because they've taken his word and they got exactly what they wanted, and the spirit is not dealing with their ass. Matter of fact, the spirit stopped dealing with their ass a while ago when they became famous. Now it says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, because they're carnal, and there will be no sign given into it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. And when his disciples will come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. And Yahawashi said unto them, take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Now this is a key verse, because what the Lord was telling them in this verse right here, to beware of the leaven, beware of the wickedness of these men in these camps teaching these groups. That's translated to the day. Beware of these camps and these men teaching these groups. The Pharisees were like a lower class of the Sadducees. The Sadducees were like a higher class. The Pharisees was like a lower class. The Pharisees will be like these lower class motherfuckers that teach in these groups, and they're teaching off of the vibration of the higher motherfuckers and these high priests and shit, the higher ups and the Sadducees and shit like that. Your high priests and your motherfucking your high elders and these guys with these high titles. They had a little more power, but you got to understand the Pharisees and the Sadducees, when the Lord was on the scene, they had more influence over the people. They had the majority of the people. They had the undesirable. They had the multitude behind them. You see, just like today. So when the Lord came, they had the multitude behind them already. And what the Lord was doing was he was the true fisher of men that was drawing out the true men of the Lord unto him, while the rest of them kept a multitude. That's what you got to understand. So Yahawashi said, beware. And then Yahawashi said unto them, take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread. Which Yahawashi perceived and said unto them, O ye little faith, why reason among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Do you not understand? Neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, how many baskets ye took up? Neither the loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye take up? It says, how is it that ye do not understand that I spake to you, not concerning you bread? He wasn't talking about, see, our people are carnal. This thing is through the spirit. This is a spiritual thing. And just like when you gather men unto Yahawashi, you don't have to gather men around you. You don't have to gather men to a camp. You gather men through the spirit and through this unicorn, through the internet. That's how you gather men, through the spirit. And your channel is a garrison of Yahawashi. Your channel is where Yahawashi is. If you're of Yahawashi, that's why we say the last garrison of Yahawashi. The last garrison of Yahawashi is the last few men that's in Yahawashi's spirit that taught as Yahawashi, which that's not going to gather a lot of men, only the elite men. And so that's what you got to understand about this truth. the scribes and the Pharisees, they're going to gather the many. They're going to get the views. They're going to get the many in the big camps. But that's not of the Lord. What's of the Lord are those certain few men in those garrisons of Yahawashi. We're the last defense of the whole true word, and we keep it pure. You see, we over here, we're not trimming our way over here. We're not taking away, or we're not adding. When you say E, you're taking away from the scriptures. When you say Judas Iscariot was trying to get the Lord to use spiritual power, you're adding to the scriptures. So these camps are in error, along with a lot of other things that they're doing. That's what the Lord meant when he said, beware of the of the leaven of the scribes. That's what he fucking mentioned. That's what he was actually talking about. Beware of these guys bringing their own heresies and the wickedness, because they're going to have you wicked. If you're following these camps, they're going to have you bugged out like them, because they're going to bring leaven to this word. They're going to bring their own doctrine. They're going to add to the word. And if you're following these guys and you're with it, you're with their ass, and you're going to die with them. All these fucking guys. And they know exactly what they're doing, but they are Satan. When the Lord said, yeah, your father the devil, in John 10, he was talking about our people, because our people, was that John 8? Because our people are the devils. 2/3 of our people are the devil. You have 2/3 of our people that don't believe on Yahawashi in the truth. They don't believe on Yahawashi, or they will be coming like Yahawashi. And they don't believe in this truth. And they're in this truth. So that's what the Lord was letting you know. He said, hey, beware of the leaven of the scribes and of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees, these wicked men. They're going to bring in their own doctrine. Part of their own doctrine is saying they got 100% truth, but they don't have 100% spirit. They're bringing another spirit. They're using Yahawashi, but they're bringing another spirit. So they're using the Lord's name, but they're bringing another spirit. That's what you got to understand. Among a lot of these things, these fucking camps are doing. Now it says, how is it that you do not understand that I spake to you concerning bread, that ye shall beware of the leaven of the Pharisees, of the Sadducees? Then understood they that they bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but the doctrine of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Right, you have to beware of the doctrine of these men in these camps today. It's the same thing the Lord was telling them back then, and it's the same thing we're telling you now. You have to beware of these camps, because they're not of the Lord, and the Lord rejected their ass. So now they got to get the love of the world, which the love of the world don't mean shit. Because if this world loves you, the Lord can't love you, because the Lord said you're going to be hated. So why these guys are getting the praises of the world, and they're the top this and the top that means that they're topping this wicked ass world. If you're a top, or you're great in this world, that means you're topping this world. That means you're in this world with this world. You're with this world. That's why they talk about Joe Biden, because Joe Biden and Herod and all them guys, they're their leaders. They're their real leaders. That's who they look up to. That's who they fear. Hey, remember the Lord, he never talked about the Edomites like that. So these guys are not of the Lord. And that's just one hint. That's one hint. Now, will certain things be brought up about Esau? Yeah. But these guys, this Esau shit and E shit, these guys are not of the Lord, man. Every last one of their ass, from your elders to your high priest to your regional camp heads, especially all these guys, man, with these titles, man. They're not of the Lord. They're a bunch of clowns. They're a bunch of fucking clowns. They're not in the spirit of the Lord. That's a joke. If you think you don't find a spirit with these camps, like they say, we got the 100% truth. Well, yeah, you'll find some truth, but you won't find the Lord. I tell you that. Now they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, and some Elias, and some Jeremias, and one of them the prophets of, it says, or one of the prophets. And he said unto him, matter of fact, let me start at 13 again. And when Yahawashi came to the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked the disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some of them, it says, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremias, and one of them the prophets. And he said unto them, whom say that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said unto him, thou art Yahawashi, the Christ of the living power. And that's how it is now. With the true men of the Lord that actually believe in his truth, they're going to see through the fame and the glory and the praises of this world, and they're going to see who's actually of the Lord. And it's not going to be any questions or, well, I don't know, I gotta check it out. The Spirit's going to tell them. So, like, if you don't know what a true man of the Lord is, just like Peter, he displayed that act right here because he knew through the Spirit. See, the 144,000, they're going to be in the spirit of Peter. They're going to be in the spirit of Yahawashi. They're going to be in the spirit of these particular men that's actually of the Lord. Now, if you have to like draw sticks and flip a coin and do all this shit, then you're not of Peter, because Peter knew right off the back. That's what I'm saying. And Yahawashi said unto him, Bless Simon Bar Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed this unto thee, but which is my Father in the heaven. And I say unto thee, right? So when you know these things through the Spirit, and nobody really, you really don't rely on your flesh, because Isaiah 11, it told you that you're going to be able to discern things not by your eyes or your ears, but through the Spirit. You're going to know certain things, and that's what you lean towards, the unseen spirit that's going to let you know, like, hey, these men are men of the Lord. And that's what the Lord was teaching you. When you teach faith, mercy, and discernment, you'll be able to know the Spirit, because that's what the Spirit consists of. So if you see us brothers, we're constantly judging and we're constantly bringing out things, judging. That means that we have a balance of faith, we have a balance of judgment, and we have a balance of mercy, which are all portions of the Spirit, which leads to charity, which the Holy Spirit dwells with those men on the low. And when you teach in that way, you will gather the discernment and those things that will have you on another level more than these men. Because what these men have done, they have put prophecy and information over what the Lord actually taught. And it's a lot of information out there. But the parables of the Lord are where the heaviest learning is. So you have to be aware of the leaven of the scribes. And through the Spirit, Peter knew who the Lord was. So through the Spirit, guys know who we are too. The ones that's of the Lord. You see? Now it says, I say unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever shalt thou loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Right? And the Lord gave us the keys of the kingdom. And part of those keys are being able to see the faith and the mercy and the love for the brothers. Because you have to have mercy and love for the brothers to be able to teach this thing in a whole fucking way. You see what I'm saying? It says, then Charles, right, so Peter represents the 144,000 of men that have the keys to this thing. And the ones that don't have the keys, what they have is the fame of this world. So the Lord gave them up to that lust. That's what you got to understand about this truth. You either have the world and the clout and the fame and the greatest camp, or you have the Holy Spirit. It's one of the two. You're not going to have both. That's why you see guys, they're bugged out. Elders and clowns and high priests and these camp heads, they're all bugged out together, man. They're in an informational prophecy teaching spirit, when the Lord taught faith over prophecies first. So they're not in the spirit of Yahawashi. And the Lord never taught E like that, except Edom shit. Got me saying that shit. The Lord never taught Esau excessively like that. He never taught Esau. That means that guys are afraid of Esau. Guys are in the flesh, and they're working for this devil, keeping you in the flesh, worried about Esau. They're not keeping you in the spirit, worried about the parables of Yahawashi though, because they're not of Yahawashi. So you got to stop listening to these guys, man. They're gonna get you destroyed. All these guys, your camp heads, regional heads, your Yashawamas, all these guys that got the big titles, they're not in the spirit because they took these titles. So you can't be in the spirit. So all they have is info. And if you examine these guys in Dallas and Yashawamba and the elders and all them, they don't teach a Yahawashi like that. They don't teach a Yahawashi because they're not of the Lord. And we've been watching these guys for a long time. And we already seen from a couple years ago these guys wasn't of the Lord. And it's like the Lord is showing that shit more and more and more. So you guys that's listening to these guys, as a part of these guys, and you guys come over here and listen to us, you can't listen to them because they're in a demonic spirit. The Spirit is telling you, if you listen, if you take heed to those men, you're going to be swallowed up with their ass, like in number 16. The Lord told your ass, don't touch nothing of what they have. And only how we see these guys, because we're seeing what they're going into. We're observing what they're going into. And that gives us the fuel to actually do the work and the sit downs, because what they're not going into, we're going to go into it. Just like Yahawashi, we go into Yahawashi. We go into the parables and the understandings of Yahawashi. Now it says, Matthew 16:18, and I say unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. So just like as Peter, you have certain men, the 144,000, that the Lord had built up, and he had put his word and his spirit upon those men, and Satan will not break through. That's why you have to get to the true men of the Lord, the true garrisons of Yahawashi. Then charge his disciples that they shall tell no man that he was Yahawashi Hamashiach. From the time began, see, they wasn't in the spirit of getting clout and fame. Because right there in verse 20, it tells you that he charged his disciples that no man should tell that this was the Yahawashi. They was trying to keep the low. You see what I'm saying? And just like over here, if you find us, you find us. You know, but if you don't find us, then you're going to be stuck with the world, because there's only one way. Just like in the Matrix, it's only that one phone booth where you got to find that phone booth. And Yahawashi is that phone booth. You see? Matthew 16:21, from the time forth began Yahawashi to show his disciples how he must go unto Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders, chief priests, scribes, and be killed and raised again on the third day. So this is key point right here, because every man that held a title and that was high and that exalted in that time with Yahawashi, they were against him. And just keep in mind, Yahawashi, he didn't held no titles or no high position with the Romans or with Herod. At that time, our people, they held positions with Herod, and they were double O agents, they were spies, they were spying on the Lord. It's the same thing today. Just like these clowns, they sneak on our channels and they watch us. But, you know, the thing is, when you watch us, you're just condemning yourself, because this is where the spirit is. So if you against us, you against the spirit. And a lot of guys, they're against the elect. They may speak of the elect, but they're actually against the elect. And these clowns, they're going to continue to teach, because the Lord needs these clowns to continue to teach. But you just got to see how they're teaching and what they're teaching, and they're not in the spirit of the Lord. Now it says, so the Lord was letting them know that the ones sitting on high with titles, that they were going to kill him. That's what he was letting the disciples know. So these guys sitting on high, they're the same ones today that killed the Lord. And how they're killing the Lord through the Spirit, they're not teaching like the Lord. They're not speaking like the Lord. They're not coming like the Lord. They're coming smooth with all this fucking info about Esau. And the Lord never went into Esau. And if the Lord was the same back then, he's the same now. He never fucking changed. You fucking clowns out there that'll probably be like, well, it's a new time. We gotta... No. The Lord is the same as he was when he came. He's the same now. And the same thing will be now. We don't worry about Esau. We know who he is through the prophecies of the scriptures. But he's not a concern. Our main concern are you false prophets and you niggas in this truth, and you high scribes and you high Pharisees. You high Sadducees. That's what our concern. As Yahawashi. And healing our people at the same time. It says, Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be out far from thee, Lord. This shall not be unto thee. Because he was sad, and he was in the flesh. He was in his feelings, because the Lord told him that he was going to be killed. And he turned unto Peter and he said, Get behind thee, Satan. For thou art offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things of the Most High, but those things of men. Right, your feelings and how you feel, they're of men. So that's why the Lord was letting them know too, like through the Spirit, this has to happen. But men may be in their feelings, so that's why he rebuked his ass. He said, but get behind him, Satan. So that's why you have to look at this thing through the Spirit. You have to see that these men are not in the spirit of the Lord. They're doing their own shit. All these old ass elders and all these men, these corrupt motherfuckers, they're gonna get a lot of people destroyed behind their ass. See, we broke out of that spell. You know, I broke out of that spell years ago, and I was able to see through the matrix. So you're not gonna be able to see unless you break away. But as long as you're under them, you're going to be under that spell. And these guys are corrupt. All these signs are showing that corrupt, man. Apostle Tahar, he'll go into Joe Biden, and he'll go into these Edomites more than he'll go into Yahawashi. He's corrupted. That guy's corrupted now, and he knows he's corrupted. The rest of the elders, they're in the same spirit. Look at how these guys look. I was looking at Apostle Ramlock when he be at the parks, man. Look at his face. Look at his demeanor. Look at how guys look. They're hiding something. They've done something that they don't want to speak on. But the thing about it is, they're not going to never speak on it, but you can see in their character. You can see in what they're bringing out. You can see in how they're bringing this thing out, that they've done something, that they're a part of something that they would not rather speak on. But they can give you all this fucking info because that's all that's left. When the spirit leaves your ass and you're trying to keep people fooled on a fucking magic trick, all you have is this goddamn info. Now it says, verse 24, then Yahawashi said to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Right, so you have to deny yourself from this whole world, man, and be on the low. That's what you have to do. You can't have any type of title and think you in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? You can't have any title in any fucking position in this world, no type of way, and think you're in the spirit. That's why guys are in they're not in the hard spirit. The elders and these high priests and all your Yahshua, they're not in the hard spirit. They're in the spirit of where they can give you all this information. And Esau got these guys set up to give you all this information because a lot of these guys, they don't look like they work. They just sit around doing these weak-ass videos every day while we have to really work. We really work with our hands. We really work with our hands. You see, we really do hard skills. You see? You see? Now I said, Yahawashi said unto his disciples, any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. Right, so these guys have saved their life because they've made positions, and a lot of guys have made deals. They're making money, so they've saved their life, and they've saved their reputations. And guys' reputations are on the line, so they have to save that. So all these things these guys have done, they are against what Yahawashi have said. Now, the only thing now what's left is they're using Yahawashi, not coming in his spirit, but they're using Yahawashi for the word. But they don't even give a fuck about Yahawashi or the elect, like they teach about. They don't give a fuck about them. They're not even in the spirit of the elect of Yahawashi. Verse 26, for what is a man profiteth if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for a soul, right? So what profited a man? You gained the likes in the greatest camp, and you became famous and popular, and you lost your soul. So everybody that watches these men, you're going to lose your soul too. You're not going to be in the right spirit. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. And we're in that process. So the men that's of Yahawashi, they have been set up as the mouth and the garrisons of Yahawashi to cuss you guys out before the Lord get here. So when the Lord get here, you know what to expect. You will know that the Lord is going to destroy you when he's getting here because of the mouth of his men told your stupid asses. Verily I say unto you, there shall be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in the kingdom. And personally, myself, man, Lord willing, man, I don't want to die. You see, if we have to die, that be it. But I want to see this thing fall through. I want to see the downfall of this thing. I want to get to the kingdom. That's why I urge you, brothers, don't worry about death and all that. Just teach this word. Just teach this word, because the Lord says somebody standing here that's not going to see death. Why did the Lord say that? Because that's going to be possible. That's going to be possible. Most of us brothers, we're going to see this whole thing through. We're going to see all our enemies be destroyed, and then we're going to see our enemies come back in the kingdom too by our motherfucking nutsacks. And with that, hey, shalom.